say end your motra kunyan ye na ama NDC abe majority no. Speaker are responded to the Supreme Court. Na and no in something you know okay speaker krata or the Koma Supreme Court krata ni nyina enie moma mindwum na afi ye nyina ye ntiase so amefo mo bia nda very very important. Krata ni when krata speaker ede ekoma Supreme Court for no be as a speaker obeko Supreme Court ana speaker the afenyoma ke call Supreme Court oko osonoma ame hono ne nsa ekan ya na into speaker ade oba be bow to the Supreme Court ana people were asking so many questions. Speaker eba aba retract oba aba be kase asem no kan say NDC na majority no wa twe asan ana ni nyina na ye twen if say afenyoma ke na we minority leader of parliament no or the eyedien speaker Bagbin akọ court. Now the speaker any parliament for lawyers actual edi akwakoma Supreme Court almost anu assembly the registrar Supreme Court Accra date 18th of October 2024 dear registrar we any asama a free speaker ho echo Supreme Court I say that is a response into who are in a response or reply. That's how it is. Rates to invoke the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court pursuant of Article 1, 12 and 217 I, 21I, B, E, 35I, and 5, 55, 97, 1, G, 130, A. 130A and B of the 1992 Constitution and Rule 45 of the Supreme Court Rules 1996 CI 16. When you know speaker, you are the simple man you go speaker anything here so I'm for here. Ebasana suhum fo nyina are confused. Ebasana asenkregwa omuhudi omunye. Speaker ayagum Bagbin me do when I also do me mema no ayagu brofunim na bebrebe ayasana ne abre ebe speaker o dia assembly na hia bebrebe ne so before mane hamo we dia assembly tipo obi se assembly tipo no an efa eye assembly isi o parliament speaker ka say NPP for eye MPs miensa almost oboko independent watwe omoto akonwa or the power no ama NDC for parliament no emu eye de inkrata assembly mra na wosisi tipo no enti enyehu assembly nkasa ne tarto no mama mindwum ne enti ase hey speaker Bagbin hey Alan okay. I am directed by Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin. Hey, Alban. I am from Alan, sorry, Alban. I am Intueno, letterway every Ebenezer Ahuma Detro, our deputy clerk, Oba Parliamentar, secretary, you know, I am a deputy clerk to say, or a penny kesi behind. Oba Parliamentar, secretary for the Nanam, your secretary for deputy, clerk, secretary for the opinion. Or say, speaker na asumane se oncho krata we famre Supreme Court inti letter we or the come no mame Chief Justice. I am directed by Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, Speaker of Parliament, to return the attached processes which was left at the Legal Service Office of the Parliamentary Service by 3 bailiffs of the court on Wednesday 16 October 2024. Attempts were made to serve the same processes on Tuesday, 15th October 2024. Mr. Ebenezer say, Speaker say, Omanentumo say, time no more parliament, and Mrantia be every parliament, almost every Supreme Court, almost bailiffs, Mrantia miensa, omode enkrata bi ba say, Supreme Court na small mo, say omonfa krata nembre speaker, any parliament say, was say, omoti omonka, was Supreme Court. Now say speaker and Asman say on church and same way and chiromo. Now, the Right Honorable Speaker notes that the attempted service is contrary to Article 117 of the 1992 Constitution and the circular issued by Her Ladyship Joyce Sarah Pamela C.A. Cranton, that's G.A., the Judicial Secretary, and copied to the Honorable Lady Chief Justice with reference number SCR9. Cristiano Ronaldo Abim, entitled Enforcement of Article 117 and 118 of the Constitution. Immunity from service of processes and arrest, end of quote. Dated the 12th of July 2024, addressed to all registrars of courts. Consequently, the Right Honorable Speaker has directed return of the attached processes for your necessary action. Ebenezer Ahumda Jetro, a deputy clerk. Assembly nyina ya body tofa. A Speaker of Parliament enam eye parliament clerk panyin so e ka kire eye Supreme Court say krata na mode baaye no saa krata na mode soma say omfa me kire me say ye hia me court no. In fact, speaker say saa krata no eye Chief Justice ensa hyase eye Judge eye Kurantin enso edien Kurantin enso hyase no. Speaker say saa krata no omode eye den omo response aka ho kire eye speak eye Supreme Court Chief Justice and the judges omo say omo enim raso. In fact, omo tra omo ninton baby a omo ankasa omo ntaban duru no sebio omo ndi Ghana mra sebio ewoso omo di so kire say omo Supreme Court no omo wo sebio omo tumi na parliament so wo no eno so woni tumi na president so e woni tumi into speaker returning and answer or reply speaker Supreme Court sa rating of the brom no speaker efa Ebenezer so ka kire Chief Justice say sa mo krata na mo bae no imbrem no kurampo no enimbrem mo krata no bae no mo ankasa mo nsan kohwem na mo hu se mo ni atra mo ni nton bebia mo tumi duru no ai se mo atra mutumi no enti monkan nkrata me dia ka ho na munsua bibi mfirim enkyere mo se Supreme Court na mote ho no enkyere se mo ni mumra nyina na se mo ni mumra parliament mra de different from Supreme Court mra enti speaker mo kyerɛ sa de we no na omode omonsem etareto se broni kyerɛ bi ka se attached document and say anything attached na se ode nkrata bi etareto enti we ni asama speaker ode koma Supreme Court de Osono Maame, the Chief Justice, say ono so the response no. Enyumre ya yete ha. The akotene say afenwoma ken asa court. Era de jagobo. Afenwoma ken wasa court enyumre ya na let me put this on record. Sa court na afenwoma ken call the first Supreme Court no. That application na afenwoma ken de call no or whatever you call it no. A Chief Justice na Troy or Rankasani office ma afenwoma ken. Tie. The Chief Justice ono na a tro sa petition na afenwoma ken de call court first one no. The one na speaker responded to no. A Chief Justice Gertrude ono na tro ma afenwoma ken. Eno date no catch afenwoma ken so onfamre no. Majority of you people don't know that. And nuntina afenwoma ken call court that same day no the Chief Justice can say asem no obeti committee a Chief Justice and the trust petition no edema afenwoma ken because afenwoma ken did not know what to write, how to go by it. Chief Justice na directing no so the Chief Justice actually prepared that petition for him. Sa application was said or the court first time now or say the Supreme Court and stop Alban Bagbin from doing anything in Parliament concerning the 3 seats near the I don't know a Chief Justice na trauma afenwoma ken. Yes. Or no any didn't say no the man no and of course on presented or court and into Chief Justice that same day no she was able to put together a committee. Chief Justice wrote it. You see, afenwoma ken manipulate Kennedy Japan Anas Arim Yao Anas case no. Afenwoma ken used Chief Justice for that case. Emma Kennedy Japan winnie afenwoma ken ono na Chief Justice Papa wuye no. Afenwoma ken fie ene Chief Justice Papa ye. Afenwoma ken Chief Justice Papa ye ma no. Afenwoma ken Chief Justice they are like twins. Afenwoma ken maneuver ya o pull strings ma Anas ni Kennedy Japan case no ema ye butia Anas no afenwoma ken ono na ye Kennedy Japan lawyer enti afenwoma ken no nam ho no he manipulates the system. Into the speed afenwoma ken call the first time the speed that Chief Justice every CV document you know when read it because on no own. That is where the technicalities are. Alban Bagbin capitalize also. The first application or rate number the buyer no, rate number the buyer no. There were a lot of inconsistencies, technical inconsistencies, because the Chief Justice is abreast of law. She is not abreast of parliamentary proceedings. And when Afenyomakin went there, no, because they were in a rush, because she wanted to draft the thing for him, no, until later now, Omankasa Jaji case Nivier na, Omodi assembly by Ebema, the legal team of a parliament, na Alban Bagmu Ridi, no, Omu said the Supreme Court has erred because the inconsistencies in the ruling nuclear showed say the people who sat on the case did not have an idea about the case. Mr. So when the Chief Justice and the judge in front of Crantino, omudi rate no Emma bailiffs no, the issue was that because they were in a rush, because everything was being done to favor NPP, Afenyomakin, the Chief Justice the Chief Justice herself even forgot to say they cannot serve Alban Bagbin, and that they will have to serve Parliament. But because they were in a rush, because they were doing politics, because she was in a rush to save NPP, she made some very technical mistakes. So it shows to say the ruling from day one, and also when the committee sat, every single thing they did was illegal. It was not consistent. In any country, Chief Justice can be what? Petitioned and sacked. I'm telling you. If I'm John Mahama, this alone, make Jinaso the Chief Justice if I win power. I'm telling you. Me say John Mahama na me win power. This alone, make Jinaso the Chief Justice. She is not supposed to occupy that office. Now let me show you something here. Yabako, the Afenyomakin is seeking again in court. And and you say Afenyomakin asako court. After Alban Bagbin release this reply edema Supreme Court. Now here there. Now, when you read the Constitution, right? Before we move forward, let me break this down to you. Now, let me first read the... One second. Let me get this right. Thank you, Mr. S. Now, when you read Article 118, now this is 117 first. Chapter 10, the legislature. Okay, Constitution, now, this is what it says. And that is where Obiabe will say they made a big mistake. The Supreme Court, it needs serious overhauling. Now, read chapter 10, the legislature, constitutional, immunity from service of processes and arrest. Now, 117 says, civil or criminal processes coming from any court or place out of Parliament shall not be served on or executed in relation to the Speaker or a member or the clerk to Parliament while he is on his way to attending or at or returning from any proceedings of Parliament. In they went to serve the Speaker when he was on his way and when Parliament had opened and when they were on their way to do Parliament business. So in the first place, the bailiffs that came to Parliament, they have actually gone against the law. For Afenyo to even have that room, in the first place, the bailiffs now, Parliament, they were supposed to even in the first place serve Parliament. They came to serve Speaker, which is wrong because the article, I said, the chapter 117, states it clearly that civil or criminal process coming from any court, which includes the Supreme Court, or place out of Parliament shall not be served on or executed in relation to the Speaker or a member or the clerk of Parliament while he is on his way to attending at or returning from any proceedings of Parliament. When did they serve the Speaker? And when they were serving, did they serve Parliament as a body or they served Alban Bagbin as an individual? This is a question we need to be asking. So you get it. Now, when you read the 18, when you read the 118, this is what it says. Immunity from witness sermons, TA. And this is all got to do with the writ now. Supreme Court, the bailiffs, the service, it was even wrong from the beginning. Now, 1181 says, neither the Speaker nor a member of nor the clerk to Parliament shall be compelled while attending Parliament to appear as a witness in any court or place out of Parliament. Parliament is in session. no court can compel speaker to leave parliament and come to court. No court. Afenyomakin went to court and sued the speaker. He did not go to sue parliament. In the first place, the Chief Justice Munimum Rana, they will be like, you know what? Are you suing the speaker as a person, or you are suing parliament as an institution, or parliament as a body? Because there are two things here. Now, from Afenyomakin's first rate, he was stopping the speaker of parliament from doing his duty. Afenyo went to Supreme Court to stop Alban Bagbin, and the court and the laws clearly states you cannot force the speaker or compel the speaker to come to parliament whilst parliamentary business is ongoing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when business is ongoing, no court can compel the speaker to appear in parliament. Now, so you cannot serve the speaker, or you cannot serve an MP. And the article makes it clear. No. That does not apply to the first one. Me say ochina. Ade na me reading na a clean cut, straightforward English. No. Ochina no power beti o radio so. Gary ni ma kwasi abeyo di MPP. Any omo so me MPP lawyers no. You know, the article, the Constitution states it, but remember, the affirmative statement does not apply to the 118 because the 118 conjunct with the 117, yet it's almost 3 months. Yeah, but Ochina, oh, so the way. Ochina, ometina 3 months. Yeah. Monsieur Ochina, you have lawyer for 30. Obia with the definition of this simple statement. Monsieur Ochina, obeti. Please, let me land for the baba. Or Chandopa, you will hear the left land people. This is self-explanatory, but let me land for the baba. Say, omunim law chain we are say. No omu contradicti omu, no mu Jimmy omu, no mu backbite omu, no omu throw jabs. It does not make any sense. It is clear. This same thing happened when Kufuor was president. That was when Ekufuor was Attorney General. It happened during a year time and Kufuor was bent on jailing Chachuchi Kata. That was when Kufuor who said Ekufuor is a fake lawyer. Ekufuor, that was when he went to court to say Kufuor against Chachuchi Kata instead of the state against Chachuchi Kata. No, eho enema Kufuor who say Kufuor wa bon. Eho na op. Intende nyumbre. Ende nyumbre ya se Afenyomakin court. Let me show you his court document. Afenyomakin di mirika wasako osono maame ho. Enyumbre ya o an wako court. Or say the president against Chachuchi Kata. Kufuor were born fucking. Now, this is Afenyomakin ende ya wakone maame ho osono maame. Remember, Chief Justice wrote the first one for Afenyomakin. Oh, ade your Chief Justice phone number yenim de akọ. Now, of court, no, or say opedien biem. Afenyomakin say ope another favor from the mame. Is the mother going to do for him? Yes. The Chief Justice does not like John Mahama. The Chief Justice of Ghana, she hates John Mahama. The Chief Justice is doing the bidding for NPPO. Chief Justice, Madam Tokonu, from all that we have seen, her body language when Mahama is around, the way she speaks, the Chief Justice is bent on helping this criminal government still move on to destroy us. So she is helping Afenyomakin in all means to make sure say Emrano I see a diso because any Chief Justice or Pendo Kurefano, she will not even entertain this in her court again. But Osonomami will do it because she is not at the Supreme Court to serve Ghana. She is there serving Ekufuor and serving the NPP. Put this in your head. Now, Alexander Afenyomakin, plaintiff, respondent, and Speaker of Parliament, first defendant or applicant, Attorney General, second defendant. On say, Afenyomakin ako court, wako change Adia or the call first one no. Se sia no wakɔ revise no waba wadane no. Or say se sia no adekudie waba court no say Speaker Alban Bagbin aka Supreme Court say omu ni eyedien tumi na ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo yɛ de ɔmo yɛ nti ɔno afenyɔma akin osiu parliament tio se sia de na asɛm no krampo no every vacant seat no the prime case no se sia ɔno ne problem no say aden na speaker aka kyerɛ Supreme Court say they were supposed to take their time and analyze the issue and that the thing they were doing was out of their jurisdiction and that they did not follow due process afenyɔma akin so on tiasie. As we speak, afenyɔma akin Speaker of Parliament or the Speaker of Parliament and the Parliament asako Supreme Court. Into read or say, please take notice that the Honorable Court shall be moved by Theodorus Sorry Esquire, law counsel for and on behalf of the first defendant applicant herein, the first defendant praying the court for an order setting aside the processes and proceedings in the Supreme Court in the suit, vacating the order of the court dated 18th October 2024 on the grounds deposed to in the accompanying affidavit, and take future notice. 1. The writ by which the plaintiff has purportedly invoked the court's original jurisdiction is incompetent. 2. The court has no jurisdiction to entertain the suit before the court. The court has no jurisdiction to stay execution of a ruling of the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. The processes and proceedings in the suit were filed and prosecuted in breach of the rules of natural justice. The order of the court dated 18 October 2024 were made in breach of the rules of natural justice. Now, sir, already afenyɔma akin document the filings are wire or court. I want you to follow me. All that afenyɔma akin is seeking for now in court, and they say he is now going to court to challenge Speaker Alban Bagbin and Parliament to say, Adentina Parliament Eka said the Supreme Court did not have jurisdiction on that case. And for right now, no, I bet afenyɔma akin's personal fight against Parliament, against Speaker Bagbin. Adentina Bagbin say, a seminar or no afenyɔma akin the Supreme Court, no, Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction on the case. This is afenyɔma akin's case now. Afenyɔma akin does not even care about the seats again. No. Right now, what he cares about is that he wants to go and redeem the image of the Chief Justice. Because from what I have told you, it clearly states that the Chief Justice has embarrassed the Supreme Court. The 5 committee members omutina seka say the case na afenyɔma akin dia ba expert ya obia engina ho en defend a contest afenyɔma akin's case no. They are saying, say, they have been embarrassed to the point to say, now afenyɔma akin is trying to redeem Supreme Court, redeem Chief Justice. He has actually abandoned his party. In terms of Wednesday, interestingly, right? Sal Asemana, disenfranchised nipa almost 30,000. No, ever seen there, the case is still hanging. But the Chief Justice has all the time for afenyɔma akin. The Chief Justice spends all her time reading afenyɔma akin's nonsense and trying to call a case within 24 to 48 hours because the Chief Justice is basically working for the NPP. The Chief Justice is bent on stopping John Mahama from being president. Because if you are not, why don't you allow Parliament to be Parliament and you, the Supreme Court, to be Supreme Court? Why are you now interfering and stepping over your boundaries to go and intimate another pillar of government? Because there are 3 pillars of government and they are all equally powerful and they are all equally independent. So if the Speaker of Parliament today has an issue in Parliament with a parliamentarian, it is not the Supreme Court that has to come and interpret parliamentary proceedings and parliamentary standing orders. It is Parliament that makes its own laws. Parliament has to have a way to clean that law up. So why should the Supreme Court jump all the way into parliament to come and discuss their matter for them. They did not say they are not intelligent enough to solve their own problems. In fact, the law does not say that you should leave your office and enter their office to settle their problems. They have the right to settle their problems too. Unless the Constitution said that Parliament cannot solve its problem. Parliament makes its own law. Parliament solves its own problems. So why do you have to leave your office to come to Parliament and tell them what to do? From what you are seeing right now, Alban Bagbin has abandoned his initial case of Alban Bagbin has called, has basically ruled that 3 NPP MPs who are going independent, that they forfeit their seat. He has abandoned that first one. Now he is defending Supreme Court. Afenyomarkin is now fighting that why did Alban Bagbin say that the Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction over the case in Parliament. So right now, Afenyomarkin is the spokesperson for Supreme Court. So he went to his mother to tell Osnomame that today, again, Alban Bagbin is saying that you can't do your job. So right now, I'm coming to you. Can't tell him that you can do your job. The comedy in Ghana. The comedy in Ghana, because the only time that speaker will see it necessary that we need the Supreme Court in the affairs of Parliament is when the Speaker of Parliament and Parliament requests for the intervention of the Supreme Court. When Parliament, led by its Speaker, at the end of the day, sits and realize that they will need the assistance of the Supreme Court on a matter, they request for that assistance. But when somebody runs out of Parliament to their political mother to say that there's something going on in Parliament and it is not favoring me, so within 4 hours, form a committee to make the case go in my favor, then it means the Supreme Court is breaching the law. It means the Chief Justice is overstepping. Then it means the rule of law is not being respected by the Chief Justice and the Supreme Court. And that is the kind of line the Speaker of Parliament is trying to draw and trying to educate the Chief Justice and the judges there that you people basically are destroying the democracy of this nation. So Alban Bagbin is even helping the Supreme Court. Alban Bagbin is educating the Chief Justice. Alban Bagbin is protecting the Supreme Court. But this is the case where the same Afenyomarkin who was fighting for his MPs has abandoned them and now fighting for the Chief Justice. Why? Because the Chief Justice is more important to Afenyomarkin than the NPP minority in Parliament. So, as I told you the last time, this whole thing Afenyomarkin is doing, it is not about the NPP. It is not about the minority MPP in Parliament. It is about him.